Hello, and welcome to this Elections 101 video. If you've been recommended to run in the election, are thinking about running, or have already nominated yourself, this video will give you more info about the election and the roles that are available. During this video, we will look at why we hold elections, what student officers are, why you should run and what the benefits of being a student officer are. We'll look at the available roles, how the union will support you, and go over some of the rules and regs. So let's start with, why do we have elections? The union exists to represent all students at Manchester Met and ensure that their voices are heard. To help us do this, 5 current Manchester Met students are elected to lead the union and represent every student on a whole range of topics, from issues with their course or campus life to ensuring that the well-being and opportunities to develop away from their course are delivered. The officer elections occur once a year and is our opportunity to elect 5 student officers into position for 1 year. All current students can stand. You don't need any previous experience. You can be an undergraduate, postgraduate, part-time, full-time, on any course and at any level of study. The 5 students elected each have specific remits, and we will cover this in more detail later. So now we've covered why we hold the elections, we'll go over what a student officer role is and what they do. Our student officers are elected for a year. They work full-time representing Manchester Met students at every level of decision-making in the university, to the local community, and on national campaigns. Student officers are elected by students at Manchester Met, and every student is given the opportunity to decide who they want to represent them through voting. As the student officers are elected into public position, they have a responsibility to be accountable to their electorate, i.e., students. Officers also decide the direction the union will take. Student officers lead the political direction of the union and campaign on behalf of students to ensure a positive change on anything that affects students' life. Student officers have influence at every level of decision-making in the university, including sitting on the Board of Governors, and have access to key people across the university. The student officers also take on the role of trustee for the union, which is a registered charity. Trustees exist to ensure the financial and strategic health of the organisation. They manage risk and set strategy and scrutinise the activity of the union. So what are the benefits of being a student officer? Firstly, you get to improve the lives of students and get to make real impactful and positive change. You'll get to turn your great ideas into reality. You'll have real influence into the decision-making made within the university. Being a director and a trustee of a charity is a great way to kickstart your career. It's a really unique experience and no day is the same. One day you could be deciding who the new Vice-Chancellor of the university is, the next you could be given a radio interview. It's a year like no other. You'll have the most fun, engaging and inspiring year of your life, and you'll meet some great people along the way who will turn into lifelong friends. And if all that wasn't enough, you'll have the opportunity to earn up to £21,000. So what role should you choose? There are 5 roles within the student officer team. The officers work together as a team whilst also having their own specific remits. They are President, Education Officer, Wellbeing Officer, Societies and Development Officer, Sport Officer. So what does each role involve? The President leads the officer team for the 23-24 academic year. They lead on the representation of student views and interests to the university, locally in the community and on a national scale. They influence key decisions for students and are a governor at the university. And they also have a huge say on the direction we take as a union on key issues and campaigns. The Education Officer leads on everything related to the quality of teaching, learning and research at Manchester Met. They represent students across a range of university meetings and is also a governor of the university. They run campaigns to ensure students are receiving a high-quality academic experience. And they're also the figurehead of the course rep system, working with staff and students to support almost 1,000 students to represent their courses. The Wellbeing Officer represents issues affecting all aspects of non-academic student life, working with the other officers to create positive change. They represent students on accommodation issues, including halls, private residences and private landlords. They lead on campaigns on community issues affecting students, such as safety in and around campus. They work with student volunteers and campaigners on areas of student life and well-being. The Societies and Development Officer represents societies and student groups to the university, local and national organisations. They lead on the promotion of societies and their activities, including social, cultural, educational, religious and political activity within the union. They work with Societies Council to ensure the experience of students who join societies is positive and rewarding. And they ensure student volunteers get great training and development and are given appropriate recognition. The Sport Officer represents student sport to the university, local and national organisations. They lead on developing opportunities and partnerships within the university and other organisations to further develop students and add to their student experience. They're responsible for developing campaigns, support and associated training for committee volunteers. They lead on being a voice alongside Sports Council. They gather the views of students involved in student sport and present these back to the university to create positive change. Now we'll look at how the union supports you through your elections journey. The union is here to support all candidates from when nominations open until results night. We do this in a variety of ways. We provide insight sessions where students can find out more about elections and what to expect. We run informal mixers where you can get to meet and talk to other students who are thinking of running the election and discuss what their ideas are. We have guides and templates to help you write your manifesto and lay it out in the best way. We offer resources and guidance during the elections to help you get the most from your campaign and candidate experience via our Candidate Hub. As part of the election rules, we offer a budget to help you campaign. And there is a dedicated elections team on hand to help answer any queries you might have. As with all elections, there are rules and regs which all candidates must adhere to. These rules and regs cover eligibility, expenditure, campaign content and candidate conduct. You can find these in the elections pack on the Elections Hub. Make sure you read and fully understand what it is you can and can't do during your campaign. Candidates who breach rules could face penalties. The NUS oversee our election, including rule breaches, penalties, as well as signing off the result of the election. If you're unsure about anything, please speak to one of the elections team. There are additional rules and regs for incumbent officers and student staff who work at the union. These include no campaigning while working and not wearing union-branded clothing while campaigning. You can find the full set of rules in our elections pack. International students are eligible to stand in the officer elections, and if elected, the union would sponsor your visa. You are able to work as an officer before the end of your course, but we would advise that you speak to your personal tutor before submitting your nomination. The full guidance for international students is available in our elections pack. We'll now go over the timeline for elections and cover some of the key dates. Nominations open on the 23rd of January and close at 5 p.m. on the 22nd of February. During this time, there will be information and insight sessions being run by the union where you can find out more about the elections and meet other potential candidates. You can find out the details on our website. When nominations close, all nominees will be required to attend at least one of the candidate briefings on the 23rd or 24th of February. By 5 p.m. on the 28th of February, you will need to have submitted your final manifesto, candidate photo, candidate pledge, and the details of your candidate team or slate. The list of candidates will go live on the 1st of March, and you can start your campaigning from this date. There will be candidate Q&As on the 1st and 2nd of March, where you can get your message out to students and answer any questions they may have. Voting will open at 9 a.m. on the 6th of March and close at 5 p.m. on the 10th of March, with the results announced later that evening. So, if this has whetted your appetite and you're up for being one of our student officers for 23-24, remember to submit your nomination by 5 p.m. on the 22nd of February. To find out more about elections, contact the elections team on s.u.elections@mmu.ac.uk, or you can check out our elections hub for more information. Thanks for watching and good luck.